along that same theme as like what helped you kind of attain some of the self-belief, there's a quote that you have that I wrote down. It says, "You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that you can do it." Now, how does one find their potential? Like, how does
Yeah.
one go from just believing in themselves enough to be able to lean into potential?
Yeah, I love that. I like one of my favorite things is helping people recognize their potential and like hyping them up, encouraging them up to actually like give it a shot. Cause I
Mhm.
think there's so many people out there that have these woulda, shoulda, couldas that, they're like, "Oh, well, that would be cool, but that's I'm not gonna do that. That's not gonna be me." And I think it's easier for me to look externally to other people and say, "You can do that. You've totally got that," than maybe it is for myself. But I think when I think of finding that potential, I think a lot of it too is in order to go from potential to achievement, I think in order to do that successfully, you kinda need some passion in there too.
Mhm.
'Cause there has to be the desire. Like, I think that there's things in life that I'm like, "Oh, I could be good at that." But just because you could be good doesn't mean that you're gonna feel any sort of fulfillment when finding success in that area. And I think a lot of
Such
people
a good
maybe see
point.
this. Yeah, and I think a lot of people see it with, like, with their careers, with work too. And I mean, I even fell into this when I was in college and, like, trying to find my major. I had done really, really well in math in high school, and I said, "Well, math comes easy, so I guess I should be a math major." There is
Mm.
0 passion in me about having any job having to do with math. That is not anything I wanna do, but I sort of fell into that trap of like, I have this potential. I guess this is where I should go."
Yeah.
But you in order to actually, like, find enjoyment and fulfillment in where you're going, like, it's finding that perfect, like, harmony of potential and passion, because that's really where you're gonna find the most success, I think.
I love that because as we're talking about potential, so we're talking about the beginning stages of
Yeah.
development in an area, right, or a particular domain. So I think there's something to this would be later on, but this would be like way after there's a development of
Mhm.
consistency, a development of foundation and all this stuff. There's something to, and this might just be a totally different point that I'm bringing up, but there's something to doing something hard that you don't have passion for. You have passion for the hard, but you don't have passion for the particular thing.
Yeah.
And I bring that up because I hate running. I
Yeah.
can't stand it. I hate it. But I do it and I do ultras now, which is something like I never thought I would be a runner because I have bad knees.
Yeah.
And like there's no passion to be an ultra runner,
Yeah.
but what I get in the process of doing something that I can't stand and I push myself in it on a regular basis, like not to be masochistic, but to build my resilience up in areas that because it does correlate into other things that I feel like I can't do or don't want to do, but I'm going to
Yeah.
do them anyway, and I'm going to put my best foot forward. It correlates into that too. So that would be maybe this years later sort of progression of doing something that maybe you don't have passion for, but it will kind of produce, I don't know, resilience or whatever you want to say.
Yeah. There, and even if it is passion for, like you said, like, not the running, but what you're doing, ultimately it's not as much about the running, but it's about, like, proving to yourself that you can do hard things.
Yeah.
And, like, that's
Yeah.
what you have the passion for. Because yeah,
Yeah.
without some sort of, I think, like, passion involved, like, it's hard to do it. It's like, "Why am I doing this?"
Yeah. 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 Which is often the reframe in my head as I'm doing it.